Good morning. I'm going to be reading from Romans this morning. Romans 13, verses 10 through 14. Love does no harm to its neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfillment of the law. And do this, understanding the present time. The hour has come for you to wake up from your slumber, because our salvation is nearer now than when we first believed. The night is nearly over. The day is almost here. So let us put aside the deeds of darkness and put on the armor of light. Let us behave decently as in the daytime, not in orgies and drunkenness, not in sexual immorality and debauchery, not in dissension and jealousy. Rather, clothe yourselves with the Lord Jesus Christ, and do not think about how to gratify the desires of the sinful nature. I know that passage is talking about Jesus' second coming when it talks about the hour has come for you to wake up from your slumber because our salvation is near. And that's true. Jesus is coming again, and that is really exciting and something to look forward to. But when I read those passages, I was thinking about how I feel like I've been in a slumber. I feel like I've been hibernating during this time of quarantine. And we're getting really close, I can taste it, I can feel it, to being able to wake up and come out of that hibernation. But before I do that, I need to really reflect on if I have spent this time doing God's work, doing what God's asked me to do. And so for me, I really wanted to use this as a time of reflection, a time to look at what God has for me during this time. And part of that is to look at if there's any sinful natures. And so I'm asking you to do the same thing. God in this passage is talking about behaving decently as in the daytime and to living in the light instead of the darkness. And so is there any darkness that we need to look at? Are there sin issues like debauchery, dissension, jealousy? Is that going on in my life? And so before our lives are opened back up again and we just go back to our normal routine, I really think that it's a time for us to look and decide, are there places in my life that need light? Is there darkness? Is there a place where I'm allowing sin to take over? And so I really want to get with the Lord and decide that. And the passage is clear that rather than living in that way, we need to clothe yourselves with the Lord Jesus Christ. Verse 14 says that. And do not think about how to gratify the desires of the sinful natures. So that's the real key, is to clothe ourselves with Jesus Christ. And Don's been talking about that on our Sunday messages in his passage that he's using. So let's go there. Let's clothe ourselves with Jesus Christ. Let's cleanse ourselves of these sinful issues, and then we can love our neighbor as ourselves, because love does no harm, and it's the fulfillment of the law. But I can only love my neighbor if I know the love of Christ and I have clean hands and a pure heart. So I hope that gives you something to reflect on, something to think about, and gives you hope that we can live in the light and not in darkness, and the day is coming where we can be awake. Love you guys. Bye.